And ready?
A talk show that cuts to the truth, no matter how painful it might be, and no BS. Citizen Smith, Citizen Smith, Citizen Smith.
Here is a man who would not take it anymore. A man who stood up against the scum, the dogs, the filth. Here is someone who stood up.
It's time for Citizen Smith.
And it is time for Citizen Smith after 1 week off. Took a break during the heat wave. Said, the hell with it. I'm not coming in. It's hot. And 4th of July. But it's good to be back in the saddle and talking about the issues that matter to Portland and Oregon and the nation and the world. We're live, so if you want to chat, feel free. If you got an opinion, lay it on me. But I just want to say it was a wonderful 4th of July weekend. The governor, while I was on break, opened up the state on June 30th. Hey, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And I was a little surprised by that, but pleasantly so. And it's great to see people without masks, without forcing you to wear masks and getting angry at you if you don't have masks. And I went to a bar over the weekend. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, across the street. They finally opened July 3rd. Fantastic bar. At 7 p.m., it was filled with people. Everybody was having a good time. No masks. Freely talking, smiling, laughing, socializing, being human again. And it felt wonderful. Also yesterday, 4th of July, our country's birthday. I thought, this would be a good day to get out and talk to people. See what they think of America coming out of this pandemic and this bad year we had. Worst year of my life. That pandemic, riots, political upheaval. Worst year, right? In decades. I'd have to go back to the Vietnam War protests to find a badder year than this one that we just went through. So I really wanted to kind of get a feel for how people feel about the country. So I went out on the street with my cameraman, Ray Lane, who helped me out, who also has his own show here at Talkcast PDX called Halfcast. So the two of us hit the streets to talk to people. And my question was, what do you think about America? And here's what they had to say. Okay, I'm talking with Bobby on today's America's birthday. And I'm asking people what they think about America. What do you think about America, Bobby?
Oh, I think it's a great country. There's a lot of opportunity for people who are willing to work and chase after their goals.
Yeah. So you personally speaking, where do you come from? We've mentioned off camera that you've traveled. You came back to America, a different perspective after living outside the country.
Yeah, well, I consider myself a constitutional moderate. But being a union iron worker, I don't necessarily vote for the man. I vote for the party, which is a Democratic party, for the workers, work and spend money. But the way the media portrays things, I am kind of also conservative. So I do lean towards being a Republican. But like I said, I'm in the middle, and I believe this is a great country. And I've traveled the world, and I've been to a lot of different countries, and let me tell you, we have a lot of rights and freedoms that the rest of the world wishes they do have. And if one works hard and chases after their goals, they can achieve a dream.
Excellent, thank you, and happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you.
I'm talking with Chris, and I'm asking everybody, what do you think of America today on our 4th of July celebration of the country's birthday?
I think that, I think the values of America are disconnected in a way that there's a lot of disenfranchisement going on, and people are concerned, but, kind of at a loss for what the solutions to a lot of the problems that we're facing. I believe that the heart and soul is there, but maybe there's some people are feeling directionless. And as, again, reiterating, what are the solutions? How do we find, remedies for the things that are ailing our society at this point? And the idea of that supposed American dream.
Do we still believe in the American dream?
Good question. I think yes. I think absolutely yes. I think there's a lot of hope and resiliency in all of this. And, the potential to come out of things. And maybe not perfect, but, there's the drive, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July as well, yeah.
I'm talking with Doug now on the country's birthday, 4th of July. We met earlier. You said you were open to talking, and you're an Afghanistan veteran as a military representative of America. So I wanted to get a veteran to talk on this birthday of our country. And the question I'm asking everybody right off the bat is, what do you think of America?
I love America with all my heart. I'm proud to be an American. I always have been.
And as a veteran, how do you see the country?
I see it as divided, yet with so much potential for strength, for industry, for strength in economy. But I'm seeing the division between the parties, a country that can't decide what a man or a woman is, that aborts babies at the drop of a hat. There's violence in the streets everywhere. There's homeless. But overall, I think America is still America. It's still strong.
You're a veteran. How is America treating veterans? Are we doing the right thing when they come back from wars?
For me, they treated me like a king. There was a lot of talk that the VA hospitals were not meeting the needs of wounded or injured veterans when they returned from the war. I was not treated like that here in Portland, Oregon. I think that, I'm a 90% disabled vet. They treated me fantastic. That's just my own personal experience.
How long were you in the military and in Afghanistan?
Well, I was 4 years in the Navy and 26 years in the Army. I fought in Afghanistan for 1 year.
Well, thanks for your service to the country, and happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
I'm talking with Fran and Chuck, husband and wife, visiting Portland, live in Vancouver, recently moved there. And I'm asking everybody today on the country's birthday what you think of America. Who wants to go first?
Well, I think America's great. I'm a little worried about the state of some of the cities. Like we were just talking about Portland, how bad it is with the homeless. That's a concern to see these beautiful cities, be ruined with litter. And we're hoping it doesn't come to Vancouver. So I love America, but I am sad at the way some of the states or cities are doing things, with the homeless mainly. But as far as America, I love it. What do you?
Yeah. Well, I'm really hopeful about America now since the virus has been controlled and vaccines are readily available. That's a good positive thing. The one thing I think that concerned me on the political front is what happened at the Capitol, which I don't think should have happened at all in this country. But all in all, I think this country's been through a lot and has survived a lot, and so I'm optimistic.
Optimistic.
It's
That'd
always
be
going
the
to have
word.
its problems, but we're both optimistic.
Optimistic. Yep.
Yeah.
Society is America. Are we moving forward progressively?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we are. We're trying, and I think we need to move forward progressively. We came from Texas, and they don't want to move forward. And I see, and Chuck would agree, we see more harm in not progressing than in progressing. It's better to progress than not progress.
Yeah.
So from Texas to the Northwest, do you see a difference in what's your different perspective from the move? Because I'm sure it's significant.
It's huge.
It is.
It's huge.
Yeah.
When we first got up here, I felt like our eyes were open to things that we hadn't seen in years.
Like what?
Oh, like going to Chick-fil-A, they had this automatic garbage can. You just wave your garbage in front of it, and it just opens.
Yeah, they don't have that in Texas.
No, they don't.
We have the opinion that you can in this country, you can be. The extremists are the problems. If you're an extremist liberal or if you're an extremist conservative, that's where the problem lies. You have to have some meeting together and coming together in the middle.
Yeah, like in Texas, I feel like the pendulum is way over to the conservative, and their minds are too small. It's small-minded thinking, and they don't want to grow with progress and with the world, and then you can come up to a very progressive area. And they need to take a harder stance on other people want to enjoy these beautiful cities. You can't just let a group of people, I feel bad for the homeless, but that's not the answer, to let them set up tents on the street. The pendulum is too far to the liberal side, and they need to kind of come back both sides and think and keep that pendulum in the middle and use their minds and come together and figure out what to do where everyone can be happy. People need to think more in moderate terms, moderation on both sides. Anyway.
All right, very good. Well, thank you for your honest, sincere answers, and happy 4th of July.
You too. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
I'm talking with Betzebel, who is from Mexico City. Today's America's birthday. And first of all, when did you arrive to the country?
A few months ago, I would say 15 months ago.
Well, I'm really curious to see what somebody from Mexico thinks of America. How do you perceive things? Of course, we've got the border situation.
Yep.
What do you think about Mexico and America?
They're very different, although they are very close to each other physically. They're very different in culture, the economic situation also. And the perspective is different. Whether you ask someone from the city or someone close to the border, but what I think about it, I don't know. Right now, I live here, and I think the culture is really great. The people that live here is really nice. And it is not related to the history that we know that has happened. Totally different.
When you say it's not related to the history, do you mean Americans don't understand the history well, or?
No, I would say people is really nice, and we know that the history tells us that they have taken advantage of some other countries like Mexico and other countries, and I don't feel that from the people that I've met. Yeah.
If you could change one thing between the relationship between America and Mexico, what would it be? Tough question.
Yeah.
But what would be the one thing you'd like to see most?
More interaction. Interaction, yeah, totally, yeah.
Between governments?
Between governments, people, language, yep.
All right, excellent. Thank you for taking time today to talk, and happy 4th of July.
Yeah, you too.
I'm speaking with Dennis, and I'm talking to people today, asking them what they think of America. What do you think of America, Dennis?
In what regard?
Well, we've had a very politically challenging year, social upheaval, riots. First of all, you've been living in Portland throughout this?
For about a year and a half now, yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's I was born in California and I grew up in Istanbul, Turkey. So I feel like I have a perspective of like from this side of the pond and from that side. I would say there's a reason why I chose to live here, and that's very prevalent in my life. It's very it's a place where I can think freely and be who I want to be. Portland is, at least. I don't know about the rest of America for that regard, but yeah, apart from that, I really think that people have very similar values to mine in this city, and I'm really happy to be here. on 4th of July, I've actually been thinking about this while I was like walking to the grocery store. Mixed feelings, I think, right? Yeah.
Why the mixed feelings?
I think there's a lot of darkness that we're all trying to fight against. And so there's a we who's trying to fight against it. And so that makes me feel very optimistic and happy and positive. The fact that we still have to fight in the year 2021 is kind of unreal, but it's good. There's progress.
Looking forward in your life in America, what would you like to see change or improve in the country?
Equality, appreciation, love, understanding, empathy.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy 4th.
Thank you, you too.
I'm talking with Ricky here and grabbing him off the sidewalks today on 4th of July, the country's birthday. What do you think of America?
That's kind of a really complicated question. I think at this stage, I'm happy with the trajectory of things. After being in lockdown for about 2 years, we kind of all had that coming out of our cave moment recently. I think it's a good timing for that around 4th of July. I know everyone's been a little bit pent up. I think it's hopeful is what I would say right now. There's been a lot of progress potentially made out of like the stumbles from, I think, our last kind of presidential run, as well as the coronavirus and everything. So at this stage, just really hopeful about what our country is going to do, especially coming out of this lockdown situation.
Hopeful? Politically hopeful? Do you like the administration? Do you think we're going to go in the right direction?
I'm generally a cynic when it comes to this stuff. I don't think any of them are getting it quite right, but I think we've made enough mistakes. Hopefully people can learn from them and actually do better moving forward. I mean, otherwise we're just repeating some of the missteps that we've had along the way, I guess.
Excellent. Well, happy 4th of July, and thanks for talking.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Well, that was my 4th of July Man on the Street segment, which is something I want to do more of. I want to get out on the sidewalks, into the restaurants, talk to people. What do you think about what's going on in your life in the city? That was on 4th of July. Thank you to Ray Lane for helping me with the camera.
Yo.
Always a professional. And Ray was saying, Ken, you need to ask him more harder questions and this and that. And you know what? The more I watched it, it was like, I wish I did delve in a little more. Once again, Ray, you are correct.
Yeah, it's all good.
But you were gnawing at the bit to get in there and talk. So you yourself do a show, half-cast, and you want to get out and do more of what I did there as well.
Yeah, I do.
Talk to the people.
Yeah.
Ask the tough questions.
Oh, yeah.
Addressing societal concerns.
Sure.
I'll tell you, when I did this segment, I'm a little out of the social feeling. I wasn't sure if anybody wanted to talk. I thought I was going to get shunned. I really didn't think people would be open for the most part. I'd have to keep asking and maybe find some. Other than one person, every single person I went up to talk to was willing and ready to share their opinions. I think Americans are feeling good about being out again and can't wait to talk and socialize. And they got a lot to say, and they're thinking about a lot. And thanks to all the people in the Portland public there for joining me. I appreciate their openness, and we'll do more of it. With that said, let's segue now to my guest, Rekka, who's here to talk about an award she won. She also does a show here on Talkcast PDX, Recognition, a music show. So you won an award. You're being a little humble about it.
I am. Well, I try to be. I mean, I work really hard and everything with the music biz. I guess I was more like blown away that I got it than anything.
In Good Hands, award winner. And this was a bunch of other winners as well. Karma Rivera, PDX Hip Hop Collective, PDX Black Excellence, Rekka, Bird Bennett, Wavy Joseph, Lady X, Justin's League of America, Jocelyn Boyer, Bertone Foston, and Produce Organic. All these award winners of the Star Awards in Good Hands here in Portland. They'll be giving out your award August 26th.
Yes, at Lolo's room. It's like a McMenamins, I believe, in Portland.
Excellent. So they do this every year.
Yes, and it started off as like Hip Hop Day. There's a guy, a star child, that passed away. Rest in peace. And then the Trailblazers DJ OG1, and they started it like a long time ago. And it started off as Hip Hop Day, and it actually became sanctioned as an actual like Portland holiday by the mayor and everything. And then it actually became like a whole week. And what's cool is like every single show that goes on during that week is all like charity and stuff like that.
Excellent. So you said you were a little surprised to get the award.
Oh, yeah.
You just moved to Portland. You're a newbie here.
Yeah.
You're from Oregon, but you just moved to the big city.
Yeah.
And you're like, I was a little surprised I got it.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't know they were voting on it. I had no idea. And so when I got the phone call saying that I won it, I was like, what? Like, because I remember probably like 6 months ago, I was just talking to somebody like, I can't wait until I win one of those. Like, I know it's going to be one day, but I thought it would be a long time. I thought it'd be like 5 to 10 years.
What was it that shined your light to them?
Probably like my creativity, and when before COVID and everything, when I came up on the scene, it was like really instantaneous. Like it just came out of nowhere. I just happened, like, I think it's funny. It's called In Good Hands Award because to me, the reason I got where I'm at is because I'm in good hands. So it was kind of weird how that happened. And it's probably just my creativity, my music videos, and just being there. Like I show up to the meeting of the minds all the time. I'm there to like help other people. Even just like meeting you and like starting a podcast. And that's why I called it Recognition, is because, you know, I want to recognize the Portland music they got me where I'm at, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty ironic.
Yeah, it's great. You have an album come out, a CD, or where are you at right now?
So I just dropped like a little 2-song EP, and it's called Back to the Future. And it's just 2 songs. One of them, when I was kind of having like a mental breakdown during COVID, being an artist and having all that like ripped from you, it was kind of like a song of me whining about that. And then I'm being honest, that's really what it was. Just kind of going crazy, and I just wrote about it. And then the next song is about like self-love and like rebuilding yourself. So I have that out. I just dropped that. Like I didn't even tell anybody. I just put it out.
When did it go out?
It was the 29th of last month that I put it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tune into that with Rekka. Also a podcast on Saturday.
Yep. Recognition every Saturday at 4 p.m.
As a musician now, with the state now reopened as of June 30th, you must have been like popping the champagne bottle when you heard that.
Pretty much. Yeah. And it just feels good and different. You know, it's a little weird in a way. Like I've even like been out and about and even went out to like a bar, like you were saying earlier. And I mean, it was just different. Like it feels good to be out, but at the same time, I have to like rebuild my social skills.
Yeah. And you're going to have to rebuild your live performance skills.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going to feel? And what do you see coming down the road for Portland? Do we have venues opening up that you're aware of? And how do you as an artist feel about getting back on stage?
I'm excited to get back on stage. I mean, luckily I've had a little bit of practice with at least live streaming stuff. I definitely got to get back in the gym, get back to running every day. But other than that, no, I'm ready for it. Like I'm more excited just to be at the shows. So I've been actually just going to shows and like checking them out. And,
well, I mean, we just opened. What shows did you go to?
It was like 2 weekends ago. There was one out in Hillsborough that a bunch of my friends were at.
You got to get out of the city to gather.
That is true. Yeah.
So, but in Portland, what are we looking at this month, say? Do you know of any venues? Do you see things opening up? You're going to be out there, right, with your show. We're going to try to get you visible and in the shows. What's happening?
So we lost a lot of venues for sure. Even before COVID, we were already losing venues.
Why?
Just like, I mean, the Paris Theater shut down because of like safety risks in their buildings, and like other places shut down, just like liquor license issues and all sorts of stuff was already happening. So when COVID hit, we lost even more. But I do see there is like a few even new venues coming out. So I'm going to have to like scope around. I'm not a promoter, so I don't know like all what's open.
Do you think in July we will be able to see quite a few music acts indoors at some venues?
Oh, yeah.
And then in August, it'll step it up even another notch? Or
yeah, I think it'll be crazy. And I mean, people are going to, be excited to be out. So I think it's a good time for even people who want to open venues, to do so.
Shout out from Bex to Rekka. And she says we should go out to more rural Oregon areas next time. There'll be a huge variation, she says.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Ray, for that beautifully delivered chat.
I know. I love how he said it,
too. He's a musician,
we're getting a lot of chats right now, so I just want to let you know.
All right, and you can see him on the screen as well. We got a little delay here. All right, so you as a young artist, you're getting this wonderful award. I want to know where I can see Rekka. Do you have anything lined up coming up? Where are you at scheduling yourself as an artist?
So I've been keeping it pretty low key. The only show that I have booked is that when I'm winning the award, and that's August 26th. Until then, I'm pretty much just going to be popping up at people's shows and giving them recognition, that I think they deserve. I think that's part of me rebuilding my social life, though. I'm fine with jumping on stage and stuff, but I kind of want to just be around the scene, Yeah,
we're all in the same boat, man. We're all just coming back to life as humans. And our social skills do need to regain themselves. And I was sitting next to a guy at a bar, and I was hesitant to talk to him. He looked like he looked like he was miserable, just a miserable son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are you sitting at a bar for if you're going to be miserable? But I reached over and talked to him, and suddenly he's this funny, jovial guy. He couldn't wait to talk. It was a beer specialist, a chemist.
Really?
Yeah, and we had him laughing, and I'm not reading people right. My judgment is way the hell off.
I think people the last while or so, they kind of grew this resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Everyone's stressed.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the hell's going on. So
it's a strange thing, us human beings.
Yeah. Totally.
Coming out of a pandemic.
Yeah, and you haven't been around someone people in so long, you forget how to really feel their vibe too. So it's a little bit of both.
And I'm a sociable guy. I like to, I just like to talk to somebody, stranger or not. But I'm even, like I said, I'm reading people wrong.
Yeah.
I'm apprehensive.
Yeah.
It was like doing those interviews that I just showed. I was apprehensive. I was, all right, I'm going to go over and talk to this person and see if they want to do an interview.
Yeah.
I was so thankful they were, sure, not, get the hell away from me. Who are you?
Yeah. No, exactly. I feel the same way. I'm pretty apprehensive.
And that's where music comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Music brings you together.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to get out and see some of the Portland music. I hear it's a good city for music.
Oh, yeah. We have everything, too. Everything. It's not just rap, hip hop, but it's literally everything. There's jazz singers. I just went to a jazz show recently at a restaurant. And that was amazing too. There's so much live music to see. That's why
well, you say that, but we're not sure still how much is going to be there.
I think there will be a lot.
Really?
That's how I'm going to think because that's what I want. So.
What about the outdoor venues? Because we got a whole riverfront here.
Yeah.
Isn't there stuff going on there that we should look for?
Well, you're going to love Hip Hop Week then too, because there's a lot of outdoor ones. You'll see DJ events where there's DJ and break dancers and stuff. A lot of the stuff is outside because it's the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you'll be pretty stoked when you see those.
Okay, when's the Hip Hop Week again?
It's the 21st through the 26th of August.
Okay, I got to wait a little bit, but we'll stay on top of that.
But there will be stuff before that. We'll find stuff and I'll show you some.
Central East Side where we are here, looks like a good neighborhood for music. This is where you were shooting your video where I saw you. And I got to believe this is a good neighborhood for a place to be held for live acts.
Yeah.
Where you can maybe do a pop-up, right? Can you do that? We just rent a space or, get in there, under the curve or under the curtain. Nobody really knows except a few people when we open up this room.
Yeah, I think it would be sweet. I mean, I was talking to some people, I guess before this was kind of a seedy area. And then all of a sudden now it's a really creative
Central
area.
East Side.
Yeah. And
your new neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Your new home.
Yeah. And I've been to Red Door Meet every Sunday. It's a car meet. I would love to do an event there. I've been thinking about it my whole life. So I think I'm going to make it happen now that my studio is right here. So I got to definitely do that.
Your studio?
Yeah. My art studio is literally connected to this building and then right here with you guys. So
wow,
this is my hood.
Yeah, it's your street.
Yeah.
All right, Rekka. Joining me today, talking about the music scene of Portland, her award in good hands. congratulations once again. Thank you for talking to me on the show. And you can tune into her show, Recognition, on Talkcast PDX every Saturday.
Yep.
You're doing live, right?
Yep, at 4 p.m.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
And everybody out there, have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on Citizen Smith.